Hello girls, good afternoon. I hope you've had a good day so far. Nanny's not working today, so she thought she'd send a story. Grandad's been lolling around in his study, saying he's doing important things, but I don't think he is. I think he's just getting away from me. Anyway, so I've been looking at books. So Piglet Meets Huffalump. Read that one already. The Three Billy Goats Gruff. I've read that one already. Whales and Dolphins. Now that looks quite interesting, but it's facts, so it's hard to tell a story about facts, isn't it, really? And then Maths Dictionary. Well, that's not a story. That's not very interesting, is it, really? And I bet you've been doing maths all day today, have you? Or have you been doing English or drawing or crafts? I don't know. So I thought, well, no, maths, I can't tell a story about maths. And then I thought, well, I can tell you what happened this morning. Do you know what happened? This is sort of like maths. I went to the biscuit tin this morning and there were only 6 biscuits left. Now, I know when I went to bed last night, there were 12. So how does that happen? Who's been eating? I think it's Grandad or Uncle Tom. I'm not sure. But I need to work out how many biscuits they've eaten, either between them or just one of them. So I thought a good way to do this is to get 12 biscuits. 1, I know they're beads, but we'll pretend they're biscuits. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So there's 12 there and there's now only 6 left. So how am I going to work this out? If I take the 6 that were left and I put them over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're the ones that are left. I can see how many they've eaten. So, okay, so there are the 6 left. So how many did Grandad or Uncle Tom eat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They ate 6 biscuits overnight while I was asleep. That's really greedy. So let's get rid of those ones because they've all gone. So I've got 6 left. And I do like a biscuit, and I think Daddy likes a biscuit. So if I ate 2 biscuits with my lunch, how many would I have left? You work that one out. And if you can let me know, I'm not going to use the beads. You see if you can work it out. Because I'm very sad that those weren't going to last me for the whole week, are they, if they keep eating them at night? So that's about maths, isn't it? Maths is all around us, as they say. When we go to the shops and we look at prices, it always has numbers on, so we know whether something costs £1 or £2, and we can look outside. We can count things when we go outside. We can count leaves on trees, although there are a lot of leaves. But perhaps we could collect some leaves or collect some sticks. So we could go around and collect. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a challenge. Can you, when you go out next for a walk with Mummy or Daddy, can you collect me 10 leaves, 6 sticks, and what else? And 4 stones. So that's 10 leaves, 6 sticks, 4 stones. And then you can put them all together and count how many things you have all together and let me know. Anyway, enough of maths. I think we've probably done lots of work. So I'm back to my Mr. Men book because that's all I've got at the moment. But let's see if we can find a different story. So, what have we got here? Where's my magic bookmark going today? This is called Little Miss Helpful and the Greenhouse. And this story, it says, is about Little Miss Helpful loves to help. So when Mr. Slow says he wants a greenhouse, she decides to make his dreams come true. I wonder if she does. With a name like Helpful, you would think that Little Miss Helpful would be helpful, wouldn't you? Well, you be wrong. She wanted to help people more than anything else in the world, but as hard as she tried, she always ended up being unhelpful. One day, about a week ago, little Miss Helpful was sitting on a bus on her way to town. Mr. Slow and Mr. Happy were sitting in front of her having a conversation. I wish I had a greenhouse, but I never get the time to do anything, said Mr. Slow to Mr. Happy. It was a very slow conversation. Just then the bus stopped. Now, what little Miss Helpful had just overheard had given her an idea. She got off the bus and walked across the road to Mr. Nail's hardware shop and bought all the green paint that he had. Then Mr. Nail delivered all the green paint to Mr. Slow's house. I am sure you can guess what she had in mind. That's right. She was going to surprise Mr. Slow by helping him paint his house green. Helpful, little Miss Helpful. Do you think it's going to be helpful? Little Miss Helpful started to paint. She painted all the walls. She painted all the doors. She painted the chimney and the roof. She even painted all the windows, the window panes, as well as the frames, all the glass she's painted. When she had finished painting the house, she still had some paint left over. So she painted the garage as well, outside and inside. Little Miss Helpful was terribly pleased with herself. She stood back to admire her handiwork. It was then that Mr. Slow arrived back home. In the time it had taken Miss Helpful to paint his house, he had bought a loaf of bread. He isn't called Mr. Slow for nothing. Mr. Slow had to look twice before he realised that his house was still there. What have you done? He exclaimed. You said you wanted a greenhouse, said Miss Helpful, so there you are. That's not what I meant. I want a greenhouse, said Mr. Slow. Exactly, said Miss Helpful, and I painted your house green. No, I want the sort of greenhouse that you grow tomatoes in, exclaimed Mr. Slow slowly. Oh, said little Miss Helpful. Then what colour did you want your house to be? Mr. Slow groaned, a very slow groan. He could see it was going to be a very long afternoon, even for him. Oh, she really did try, didn't she? Do you know about greenhouses? You must see them around you. Has Grandpop's got one, or am I just thinking about that? I know he's got an allotment. So a greenhouse is, as you know, is a house with lots of glass in that you grow plants in. So Miss Helpful wasn't being that much helpful, really, was she? But she did try, so it's nice to try and be helpful to everybody. So I hope you've enjoyed the story, and I hope you've had a good day. I'm going to go and get Grandad out of his chair, out of his study. Even look, he can't even be bothered today. I think it's all rainy and horrible. But we're going to go out, hopefully this afternoon or a bit later, and have a walk to get some fresh air. Maybe collect some sticks and stones and leaves. We'll see how many we can get. Okay, see you soon. Bye.